barn built, and we're gonna buy some more real estate. We're gonna open up the town hall again.
Cool.
Is Seahawks still renting at the school?
Yep.
Okay,
How we ready?
Good.
I have 11:30 on there.
You have 11:30?
Yep.
Yep.
Morning, I ask everybody standing to the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to call to order the regular meeting for the Oceana County Board of Commissioners on June 22nd, 2023. And I ask the clerk to do a roll call, please.
Mr. Erickson?
Here.
Mr. Morse?
Here.
Mr. Beggs?
Here.
Mr. Hardy?
Here.
Mr. Walker?
Here. I ask for a motion to approve the minutes from June 8th, 2023.
I'll make that motion, Hardy.
Support.
Moved by Mr. Hardy, support by Mr. Beggs. Are there any questions or comments on the motion, or on the minutes as presented? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Conflict of interest disclosure regarding agenda items. Any board members want to declare a conflict of interest? Hearing none. Changes to the agenda on number 2023-75, the county car. There will be no action on that today. Does anybody have any other changes? Approval of the agenda.
I'll make that motion, Morse.
I'll support, Hardy.
Moved by Mr. Morris, support by Mr. Hardy. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Public comment. John?
Nothing, sir, thank you.
Welcome, John.
We're glad you're here, John.
Thank you.
Mr. Beggs, Emergency Management Homeland Security Agreement number 2023-74.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement between West Michigan Regional Medical Consortium and Oceana County through May 31, 2025 for the purpose of delineating the relationship and responsibilities between the WMRMC and the political subdivision and the Region 6 Homeland Security Planning Board regarding the fiscal year 2022 Homeland Security Grant Program.
Thank you, Mr. Beggs. Do we have a support?
Support.
Thank you, Mr. Erickson. Moved and supported. Any comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Beggs?
Yes.
Mr. Erickson?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Mr. Morse?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes. MTA dues. Were we gonna take any action on that, or was there a concurrence any direction for the administrator on that?
I think there was a concurrence that we go ahead and pay this one and see what happens next year.
I would agree at this point, you know, in light of the fact Connie responded
Yeah.
that, you know, Golden's in it for $3,500 and has been, and if we're utilizing it as much as we are, we may utilize it more.
Yeah, and I think the offset for the legal fees probably make up for that. No.
I don't believe we need any action on that. Just a concurrent direction for the administrator. Thank you. County car, we'll take no action on that at this time. Mr. Hardy, payment of claims.
Board approval of accounts payable and release of funds for 6/22/2023. The following: ambulance fund total $577.26. FOC fund total $2,204.09. Indigent defense fund total $22,210.41. LOCT fund total $600. ARPA funds $81,568.62. Department of Veteran Affairs $5,122.85. Technology and Innovation $20,640.89. Building Department fund total $18,025.77. General fund, for a general fund total of $460,560.97, and a grand total of $615,958.23.
Do we have a support?
I'll support.
Thank you, Mr. Beggs. Moved by Mr. Hardy, support by Mr. Beggs. Any comments or questions?
Thank you.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Mr. Beggs?
Yes.
Mr. Erickson?
Yes.
Mr. Morse?
Yes.
Mr. Luck?
Yes. Mr. Beggs, do you have any reports for us today?
Just one interesting, got to attend a meeting, last week, kind of put together by 911, for, limited access dune communities. So it's, Mason and Oceana County, had a great representation from local emergency services, fire, police, DNR, there was even a federal forest law enforcement agent there, and we filled up the county services building classroom with those folks plus residents that have kind of those lakeshore communities. Topics of interest were similar to the Hellbauer fire, just access to your home, ways you can improve your defensible situation, how to make sure we can find your house with house numbering and working together. There's a lot of associations along Lakeshore that are really private property but subdivided with all sorts of private roads, and 911 is doing some really good work there to work together with those subdivisions or associations to map those roads and homes, and to really being proactive about being able to guide flashing lights to the proper place. So kudos to Ray and his crew there at 911. They're doing good work there, and it was a profitable couple hours, and so that was interesting. I think that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Hardy?
Just a couple things. Again, the Mason Oceana 911 board met last week. They approved purchase of a new generator from a company in Shelby that's working out of the industrial park to replace I think they said their generator up there was in the 20 to 25-year-old category, and they were having trouble getting parts for it. Also, I think they had a discussion on Lake County joining Oceana Mason CAD system. I think that's still ongoing, and they're working to kind of work out the details on that. So that would be additional money coming into our 911 center if they do. But I think that's still in progress. So
It's been 25 years since that went up.
yeah.
That was Tom Altland's baby. Wow.
You know, and a side comment to that is that you think that Lake County, you know, the distance and stuff when you get all the way up to Luther and that, but when you get in the Upper Peninsula, the state police headquarters in Negaunee dispatches everybody except for Gibby County. They dispatch all 14 other counties in the UP.
Wow.
So they can do it all the way across there.
It's like ground cover.
Yeah.
Space. So thank you, Mr. Hardy.
Yep.
Mr. Morris?
Yeah, hey, so first of all, I won't be here next meeting. I'm going to be flying to Arizona for a hiking trip with my wife. It was supposed to be our 20th anniversary trip, but that area was closed down for COVID, so we're doing it this year. So just a FYI on that. Broadband update. You heard from Marilyn Passmore from Charter that they received the RDOF grant, which is obviously great news. They also, they did not win the Robin grant that we had applied, or 3 ISPs had applied for on behalf of our county, kind of in a way. The only one that actually was awarded, well, it made it to the next stage, is Great Lakes Energy, and that's for mainly Pentwater and Weir Township. But you know, I represent Ferry Township. There's a company called Mercury Wireless that has been awarded RDOF funds for Ferry Township and also some of Paul's area that he covers. So, and auto too. So anyway, that's some good news on the broadband front. The final recommendations from the workforce diversification study we're pretty much there, but we're not totally there. So I'm not going to report anything right now, but Curtis Burdett will be here at the last meeting in July to share a summary of the findings. And then I'll close my time with I'm gonna just share with you guys a little bit of frustration that I have with the size of our commission. Okay, so I just started analyzing this. I have 6 obligated type boards. Okay, I'm on Senior Resources, Michigan Works, Wimser-Dick, the Planning Commission. I know it's not a board, but it's commission, the Personnel Committee, and then board meetings like we're at right now. They meet monthly or every other month. And then my choice is to stay in tune with my constituents. So there's 5 constituent groups, townships, village boards, and they meet anywhere from once a month or twice a month to every month. And then there's the MTA, the local MTA. It's every other month. And then there's the vision casting type activity. I have convictions to be a part of those things: OCEA, workforce study, broadband, MAC, ag and tourism, those sorts of things. And then the Oceana GOP, I try to be involved there too. And then there's the travel to all these meetings, reading the reports, doing one's homework. I have a family, have work obligations, serving at church. I don't say these for a pity party for me, but I just think it was a mistake that we went to 5, commissioners, because this has definitely increased the workload. And sometimes I do feel overwhelmed, honestly, and I can't get to everything that I want to get to. So I'm going to write a resolution. I'm in the process of writing a resolution. I'm going to send it to you guys via email, and then you can look over it and let me know one-on-one any suggestions you have. And then if you like it, I'll present it here. And it's to ask the state legislature to increase the minimum to 7 allowed actual representatives. And I'll share my little story in this resolution. It may go nowhere, may go somewhere, but I just got to say there's been moments where I'm like, I kind of, in a way, feel like I'm not as an effective commissioner as I was the last term, because I'm stretched so thin. And it's frustrating for me because I want to do a really good job. I mean, it's conviction. That's a conviction of mine. So, and be involved. So for whatever it's worth, it's not a pity party, for me, because we're all in the same boat. I guess I just want to take the time to express that.
Thank you. And as we all realize, that can only be adjusted every 10 years.
Right.
That goes along with the sentence.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison.
Mhm.
Mr. Erickson?
Yes, report on Crystal Valley. I passed out a drawing that was made by Pam Blau and Associates. John Wilson of our Parks Board has been working diligently to put this SNAP grant together. It's not SNAP, it's a SPARK grant together, which is a one-time, one-shot, no match required grant request with the state. John is a very experienced grant writer, a lot of experience in the Chicagoland area, Pentwater summer resident, and he has put together, along with Crystal Township, this beautiful plan. There was Crystal input. Kyle Oman and others met with Lee Heislip and the town board and Pamela and put this together to utilize that park in a much more user-friendly way. Beautiful parking lot. The ball field remains the same. The DNR playground would remain as it is, but you can see there's flush toilets in there. There's a splash pad, pickleball courts, which are really picking up a lot of horsepower. The parking lot, completely different aspect for the parking. It won't be driving all the way into the water and back like we have done for years. But the biggest part of it is that walking board path with the overlook, and to utilize that property that the county does own, and there are paths in there, but this would all be ADA. And this, I am told, this plan on the water in the park that we have, combined with the per capita income of Crystal Township, one of the poorest townships, the qualifications to garner points in the process, this is excellent. I'm told this is just fantastic. Very, very hopeful that this grant request will be honored. The total cost of the amenities that we're looking at will be in around $1 million. So it's a very positive on that park system, and I know it's a complete spin from where we've been talking for the last few years on the Crystal Valley Dam, but that will only get more attention to the dam and to doing the maintenance that's necessary on the dam. I've also submitted this to James Tiffany, the engineer that has the proposal that we visited on the water. Just a fantastic idea, and it was well received in Crystal. Very, very exciting plan there. The other thing that I did pass out, you've all gotten a copy of the Mears News, and it will be our 150th anniversary of Mears, Michigan, and that celebration will come more late in August, just before the fair. The other real big deals going on right now, the circus is coming to town. They'll be raising the tent Saturday at the fairgrounds for 4 shows, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. So we're pretty excited about that circus coming to town. At another point, I did attend the Newfield Town Board meeting last Tuesday night. Newfield is still struggling with lawsuits. Still a lot of turmoil in that room. It's been very difficult, but a lot of hot, heated discussion. Just a lot of back and forth between the public and the board, but they're still working very, very hard to come to some resolutions with certain people within the township that have had issues with that board. Everything's good out in Colfax, very, very well. Wonderland Drive and Ruth Drive, they've all been repaved out there on the Peter Marquette River. Very nice there. I think that's everything for me right now.
Thank you, Mr. Erickson. I bet my circus will have a lot more clowns than yours.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be filling any paddy wagons. That's good.
Amy, do you have anything for us?
No.
Tracy? I would just like to say that at the community mental health meeting we had Tuesday night, we had probably 12 to 15 people from the public there that expressed concern about an issue with community mental health, and it was very warm-hearting to see how they were received at the meeting, and several of the board members spoke out in support of the issue that was brought to us, and I think it was the type of public meeting that people should have. People can come in, they're treated with respect at the meeting, all given the opportunity to speak, and there was a response at the end, after the, at the last thing on the agenda. So, and community mental health, the board is going to look into it further.
And I understand Mr. Beggs did a very, very good job.
Very respectful. Very respectful and very articulate and well spoken. So, similar feelings towards the meeting, Tim?
Yeah, no, it was productive time. So
that's all that I have. John, do you have any public comment for us?
No, sir.
Come on, John.
I believe we can adjourn then. Thank you, my fellow commissioners, Thank you.
Great.
Amy, Tracy, and
Exciting.
John. John, thanks for being here.
That's really exciting.
Isn't that just,
He said he
Yeah.
was putting this
It
through
is.
the county, through
Pam
the county to pay.